Should Conquest be demoted to being a limited time mode like Diner? High voltage is like 110%. Like, I think high voltage or Sanctum should be the always on extra way to play Snap, and then Conquest should rotate in once every so often. Oh, wait. That, I actually can't use the card I copy, right? So I shouldn't do this? Because of the Mindscape? You have Loki'd my Cerebro 6 deck. Thank you for activating my trap card. Oh, they're Erishim. Okay. I don't know if my body's ready for them to have drawn my Enchantress. They drew 2 cards out of my deck. It could have been my Enchantress, yeah. That was funny though. We're gonna add another 6 and then like 18 over here and a bunch in the middle. Watch out for Shang. Shang who? Never heard of him. Never heard of him, gamers. Cannot hurt me. Blissfully unaware of his existence. Been Shang-Chi'd in my life. Certainly what's about to happen there. Jeff, did I miss your OT review? We talked about it a little bit at the start of the snap segment today, and I posted on Blue Sky about it.
Gotta run, hun.
Yesterday when it happened. Full disclosure / loose plans for the future. Most of the edited snap stuff or not gameplay focused I've done on the Hoaglandia snap channel since coming back hasn't really performed super well. It also wasn't performing well before my break, which is why that channel had slowed down. So I think I intend to do the best decks roundup every week because those do well, but things like data mine card reviews or OTA reviews, the juice just really isn't worth the squeeze. Just talk about it on stream. We don't need to make a thumbnail and schedule stuff and do the other work off stream. So it's not gonna be 6 power, obviously, but I think we just play this on curve because this is the Great Web. Can't the content just be a deck highlight of the buff card? I mean, I'll still do the daily deck highlights are a very minimal amount of work, and they perform well enough for the minimal amount of work. So yes, the daily deck highlights aren't going anywhere. Will be daily deck highlights that focus around showing off the new cards for sure. That's a very, very different kind of content than a formal review, yeah? I think this is probably textless, so go ahead and play her out on curve here. In theory, I could add another 8 points on the left here. Will Enchantress get the Cerebro bonus through the sewer system? Yeah, I have Lucas. She-Hulk Infinite. I mean, I'm beating Infinite Middle. Thank you, Lucas. Appreciate you. Victory. I can officially stamp exceeds expectations on this deck. One more. It's one more than one game. How does this version of Cerebro 6 compare to the one that runs Hela and Swordmaster? You ask that question like the OTA wasn't less than 24 hours ago, and there's an established version of Cerebro 6 with Swordmaster and Hela that's a defined 12 cards. Kitty kitty. They're probably both bad. There's the winningest take right there. Accurate. They both suck. Any other questions? Dexter was playing it, but I was wondering if there's any reason you omitted their inclusion here. I just built a different deck, gamer. It's not even about being a channel that doesn't play Hela. It's like, I get that there's a Black Cat in my deck, but like, what? If you put Hela in the deck, you need Swordmaster and Hellcow, and then you're at a minimum 25% different, which is effectively a different deck in a game where your decks are 12 cards. I'm just curious about deck building choices. So help me understand your curiosity then, right? Like, ask a specific question about a card that's curious rather than, hey, Jeff, why are we playing this instead of other build? Like, in a regular game of Marvel Snap, we're kind of okay here. In this game, they have 15 energy. Probably supposed to leave, but I'm gonna be a fish because we're up cubes. Got me. You say 15. I did. Yeah, they played the Agamotto spell on Carbartage last turn. Any interest in Black Knight Starbrand? Not immediately upon hearing you say those cards together, but sell me on it. Why is making a 4/10 good? It's probably less bad now that they nerfed Tella, but just like, it's like jump, setting up multi-card combos to get a 4/10 that can't be shanged. Doesn't sound particularly inspired to me. Something else going on there that I'm not thinking about? Long gore.
Gotta run, hun.
Thank you for the dead negative deck, but having a blast today. That one's so much fun. I love to revisit that one periodically. Need my black cat yet? Oh my goodness, Archer Loki just gives incredible value, huh? What if? I want to put Luke Cage in the same path as Lizard, so this way if they Enchantress my Luke Cage, they also Enchantress my Lizard. I think it's this. And then I won't have priority, so if they have Enchantress, they can only tag my Moonstone and not my Cerebro. We Moonstone Center, we have a good lane for Carnage. I mean, Carnage isn't a real draw either way, right? I'm not winning left either way. With the basic arrow there. Safety dance. Safety dance. Safety dance. Do do do. Do do do. Alright, I need one of my two people to live. And I need Nico to be average on the left. Cool. Safety dance. Safety dance. Doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. People keep Lokiing my crappy Cerebro deck. I was a little concerned about Loki going into today, but I feel like after playing against it, it's probably going to be a fad that burns out. Fingers crossed. Is this deck good, or are we just built different? I think our deck has a handful of good tech cards in it and has a low energy curve with okay stats to pair with those tech cards. From a pure deck building theory standpoint, it's fine. Magic and Wave. Galactus stuff? Could be Tribunal. Sarah stuff then, yeah? Behold my mighty hand. All right, Yugi boy. This is all I got. Victory. That's all I got, Yugi boy. Some noom bars, some pretty ladies, and some helmets.
Legendary.
Fine, Jeff, I'll craft this deck. You convinced me. There aren't any bait crafts in this deck, right? I guess Luna Snow is kind of trash, but we've played her in a few things. Luna Snow's the lowest quality card in here. I think if you're someone that has other decks you'd want to play Luna Snow in, I think Moonstone and Luna Snow are both like pretty fine uses of resources. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Okay, I accept. Humbly and graciously. They keep Lokiing me, gamers. They keep Lokiing me. That one's bad for me, yeah? I think I have to leave here. We're losing.
Escaped.
Maybe we should cut the Enchantress, though. She's been a little bit of a liability into these Loki gamers. I think if we don't have an Enchantress in our deck, they're just really embarrassed when they take our stuff, usually. I don't know if there's another 6-power thing I want, though. Probably one of the... another 4-drop, that's fine. Malekith. Malekith's really not very good in our Carnage Hood Spider Ham deck. Bad autopilot suggestion. I mean, I don't want to Moonstone the Lizard Path, but I probably need to draw Luke to win this game anyways, right? So it's fine. Wiccan is 6 power. We do occasionally curve out. That's true. I wish they hadn't stat me so I could try and stay here, but without Lucas, I just realistically can't. Which is unfortunate, because our draw is real solid here. We get to Enchantress off the Lizard penalty, and then have another Demon. I can stay on a stakes raise than a 1 and 4. Or can I? Or can't I? Ball. Wait, they're playing Isan? Oh, okay. I was like, they haven't generated anything. Forgot about the win. This adds 8 in the center, up to 30. Then I'm going to 9, 12 over here. Ow. That was way closer than I was expecting it to be. Could we play Star-Lord? He is a 2/6, isn't he? He's not a 2/6 you ever play on curve. I don't know, the Enchantress has felt fine. I think you need the interaction. Our Loki games have been fine. So let's run some ads. I think I'm gonna keep running it as is. Than me. We're watching on the YouTube side. We got over 300 viewers, only 200 like button pressers. Can we get those things to match? Maybe a little closer, please and thank you. The Cerebro 6 deck has performed well enough that we'll get to make some YouTube videos with it. So that sounds fun. Lose out from here. We have enough reasonable ones at the beginning. Yeah, Medusa's a 2/5. It's so good. Star-Lord would be kind of like Maximus in this deck, right? Like he's a card you play on 6. Was Hela C6 considered? I just don't think Hela C6 is very interesting, and I think Hela's a boring card. I promise you, there are probably plenty of other Hela Cerebro 6 videos on YouTube. You can find them already. Except the only time I like to color firmly inside the lines like that is when it's something that I really like, and Hela is not remotely a thing I would describe as I really like. Angela's a 2/6 if you trigger her 3 times. Yeah, but if you trigger her 3 times, I don't know. I guess with Ham and Nico, maybe that's okay. I don't know. I think that's worse than the other cards I'm playing. I think if you wanted a 13th card for this deck, it's probably Star-Lord, but I don't know that I'm unhappy with any of the cards we're currently playing. I think if you're queuing into Loki every round and want to cut the Enchantress, you should swap it for Star-Lord, but our Loki matchups felt fine even with the Enchantress. Sensei Zeus, thank you for the 20 months of Prime. Welcome back. Pretty Kitty keeps ending up in my opener. It's very sad.
Gotta run, hun.
Does Agamotto plus Thanos have the same number of cards in deck as Erishim? Or are they different? Worlds where Luna stops this Iron Patriot. Erishim adds 12, Agamotto and Thanos had 10. Oh yeah, I forgot they changed how much Erishim adds. It's a good show. Thinking of Erishim, this is they have 6 energy at the moment. That's true, Agamotto gives you an animation at the beginning. That's enough. That's enough of that. That's enough of that. So any chance Domino Wicked decks can be worth revisiting? Sure, I think that's fine. Just pick your 4 favorite 1-drops and then Domino and then fill your curve in from there. Or 4 favorite ones, including Snowguard, Domino, probably 3 3s, Wicked, and then some top end. Probably win plenty of games with that. Is seeing the opponent's animation a bug? It is not. In fact, I believe there was a comment from the second dinner team that eventually you're going to see every start of the game animation for your opponent as well. That's actually something I've been requesting for a really long time, because things like Agamotto and Agatha and Thanos and Erishim, these are all what we refer to as derived information in a card game, meaning if I click on my opponent's portrait and I look at their deck count and their hand count, I can know they're playing those cards at the start of the game before anything happens. And anytime your players can derive that type of information through making extra effort, a good game client will show it to those players at the start of the game, rather than expecting them to take extra actions and exert brain power to figure them out. Well, digital games should easily and readily provide all derived information to their players. Couldn't hit Black Cat really bad. Black Cat was right there. She was ready to take the icebox.
Gotta run.
Step going. It's been solid. I don't think the OTA really changed a whole lot. The stuff that was good before the OTA is probably still good, and the stuff that was bad is probably mostly still bad. We're doing some cute stuff. We did this. We're doing this. It's been okay. We played some Thanos Destroy earlier, which I liked. I liked that deck a lot even before it got a nominal buff. Hella got hit hard isn't hella unplayable. Now, here's the way you should be thinking about the hella change. In the last OTA, Hella got a change that added 12 extra power to her output on average. In this most recent OTA, they nerfed 9 power off of her. Think about Ghost Rider to bring Black Cat back. You can play that in the Enchantress slot, I think. But I don't think it's ideal, so I'm not playing it. They fixed this bug yet? Or does this still work in my favor? Oh. Supposedly it was a bug that Nico could eat your spells. Allegedly. It was only a bug after someone stitched a Glen. I know. I still owe him stitches for that. Nummy, 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 nummy. Marvel Snap Cards gamers. Love some Marvel Snap Cards. Like a feature to be. All right. And if I draw Lucas, Carnage gets his points back. And if I draw Spider-Ham, I can put Spider-Ham into Spider Island. Wait, they didn't get rid of the Ice Cube. Oh, honey. Honey. me to 18 on the left and 32 in the center. Yeah, if our Ice Cube had lasted a little bit longer, we would have been able to play the Lizard out, but alas, their Winds of Latum had something to say about that. Maybe not killing the Ice Cube lets them win Spider Island. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. They'd have to beat 18 here while putting something here and here. They have 11 energy, so it's possible. You play Lizard instead of Max in case they're a Devil Diner deck? Sure, I'll bite. I think that's good. Good snapping. I was kidding. I mean, I think it's one of those ones where like it's unlikely, but it's a free roll, yeah. It doesn't cost me any equity to take that line playing around their thing. It's a super edge case, but it's one of those like once you think about it, you're like, sure. This deck has exceeded my expectations. My stats say we are 6 and 7, but cube even, so I'll take that. A couple of our losses were real close too. I was expecting to lose 3 or 4 in a row and be done with it, and we've like played functional games of Marvel Snap, so thoroughly better than expected. It's Lucas, my main man. So we were talking earlier, gamers, about it was this morning actually. I said my older vehicle wouldn't start, and maybe I don't want to know the answer to this question because we had someone just come over and start it up. I'm glad I didn't just jump it myself, and they said it's the alternator, it's not the battery. So what's an alternator gonna set me back? Do I want to know the answer to that question? Not sure. I'm not sure it's a question I want to know the answer. It's a 2015 Nissan Rogue. $600 is plus labor. It's about $1,000. You'll also need a new battery. All right, good to know. I think I'm playing Max here because next turn if I draw Luke, I can go Cerebro Luke Demon. Obviously, we're like giving them an extra card, which isn't amazing, but this lets me play for all 3, yeah? And that means they can't shrink Lizard on the left? I think this is the line, yeah. Is Luke the best card in Marvel Snap? I think there's a real chance Luke's the best card in Marvel Snap. Like, just pound for pound what the card does.
I am Iron Man. Victory.
The battery's actually under warranty still, because I was surprised when it wouldn't start, because the battery's less than 3 years old. Negative power is too general effect, just as applications in a lot of places. Yeah, like he gets to slam dunk Ajax and Scream decks, and then he's like instantly good into so many locations. The people telling me suggestions on things I should do, like I'm gonna change the alternator myself. Absolutely not changing the alternator myself. Going to pay a professional.
Gotta run, hun.
I like that every single Dirty Arishem player in the game just like can't help themselves. They always have a red border on it. Like you have this little heads up like, oh, by the way, this is an Arishem matchup. Watch out. All right, I'm gonna put Moonstone into here this turn, and then we'll. Oh, all right. Well, I was gonna say we'll skip playing into here next turn, and then we'll play the following turn. Oh my goodness, I hate everything. Don't understand how this card is in the game still. Either of them. Oh, don't get it. I mean, I do need to go pick my wife up from the dealership. That was what she came in to coordinate. She's figuring out the car, so we're not gonna be streaming that much longer regardless. I got a couple more, but gonna have to go do that.
Gotta run, hun.
Oh my goodness, is this another Airship opponent? I think it is, yeah. Okay, maybe we'll be done after this. Well, he's gonna end up dead one way or another. Okay, I'm turning off my Cerebro and winning this path. The Cerebro with Carnage next turn. Well, I get to draw some cards. Find a Spider Ham next turn. All right, gamers, enjoy your weekend. I hope everybody had a great Friday. Hopefully your weekend is enjoyable. I'll be back Monday. I had fun for a little bit, at least. I'm gonna be off from doing live stuff over the weekend because we got stuff planned with the family. And I'll be back live again on Monday. I think the plan is we're gonna do a few hours of Pokemon Pocket and then a few hours of Marvel Snap every day next week is the plan. Should be a fun week. This deck exceeded expectations. You know, sour airship games at the end decide. We won right around half of them. We were more competitive than I was expecting to be, which is all.